The American Revolution was colonies of the British Empire fighting for independence, but it wasn't all for the sake of it. The 13 American colonies had 8 big causes and events to be free from Britain or push them apart. I'll be going over all 8 main reasons, excluding obvious ones such as Britain existed. While not directly a cause, it's a good starting point. In 1754, tension was raised between Britain and France when land became expensive in the colonies. People started moving outwards into British North America. But France also claims the land as having none of that and built some forts up in the land to assault dominance over the British, who having none of that and attack French force. The two go to war and Britain wins. France gives up all of its territory in North America. This is where things get started between America and Britain. The war's over, and now there are no disputes over territory. More colonists start moving outward. But the French may be gone, but the natives assisting them aren't. Colonists being attacked started being more and more common, and Britain had to send over redcoats to squash Pontiac's troops. This isn't good for Britain, who was already in crippling debt after winning the war, and they had to do something else about it. Their solution was to lock off British North America to any colonists. This angered the colonists because that was the entire point of the French and Indian War, which cost men money. Well, the colonies didn't pay Britain back for the war. Now they owe Britain £70 million. The colonists weren't willing to bring Britain money, so King George III resorted to taxation, starting with the Sugar Act in 1764. This tax made colonies pay 6 pence per gallon of molasses and other imports. The colonists were not happy with this and managed to get it repealed in 1765. But the Stamp Act followed. The Stamp Act made it so every paper had to contain a specific stamp on it to pay back Britain. The colonists were not happy again, and this time used riots and property destruction. It was repealed in 1766. The British tried one more time with taxes with the Townshend Act, which taxed many objects frequently used by the colonists. This included china, lead, paint, paper, and tea. This continued for a long while up, until 1770, where all but the tax on tea were repealed. Smuggling mostly happened during the taxation of the colonies, but I'll be going over it here. Smuggling included different things, from stealing from Britain or taking cheaper prices for items from other countries such as France or Spain. Britain was overloaded with anger that their colonies were making more money than the mother country, and thus started being a lot more strict with taxes. This only causes colonists to smuggle more to avoid Britain's reign of taxes. Oh boy, we entered the 2 big events that separated the colonies and Britain. On the night of March 5th, 1770, colonists started harassing one British redcoat by verbally assaulting and pelting snowballs at him. More redcoats joined in to protect their friend, and someone rang the church bell yelling fire. Many more colonists dashed into the streets and joined the verbal assault of the redcoats. Snowballs turned to rocks, and soon rocks turned to oyster shells. Captain Thomas Preston ordered the redcoats to load. People started yelling, "Fire if you dare." Thomas Preston points and fire towns keep coming, and you can probably see where this is going. 5 people were shot and killed that night. Samuel Maverick, Crispus Attucks, Patrick Carr, Samuel Gray, and James Caldwell. On December 16th, 1763, 3 ships stocked with tea were boarded by the Sons of Liberty just as the Americans. They dumped all of the tea off the ship, 364 crates loaded. For lawyers, this was a crime against the government. For colonists, a universal uprising. The ships were not harmed, and only the tea was destroyed. This managed to get the Townshend Act fully repealed, and the Tea Act also abolished. The British will be angriest they've ever been these shenanigans, and instituted the Intolerable Acts. These put Boston Harbor out of order until they paid back $1 million in today's money to Britain, gave Quebec territory, put trials in England, no free government in Massachusetts, and allowed soldiers to bust into any house and want to stay there. On April 19th, 1775, the shot hole around the world happened, and the American Revolution begins. I won't be going over it in this video, though. That's for another time.